This update from Soarin might be the most interesting of all the updates coming to the park. DCA is about to get a whole lot better starting this summer. We've got that, park science, this beer, Spider-Man news, and more coming up next. This is our State of DCA report. This is Fresh Baked. All right, guys, let's get this show started with a little vibe check down Buena Vista Street. It's going to be a heck of a day today. Vibe check coming to you on a Monday afternoon. It's 12:52 p.m. 79 degrees out. It's going to be a toasty one today. I think it's going to get up into the mid 80s. As for Buena Vista Street, things look pretty calm actually. It is a tier 3 day, middle of the pack, code blue, so it should neither be busy nor slow. I don't expect, if we were to trust. What's up? If we were to go by the tiers, as it were, to predict what kind of crowds we should expect, but this is a little light actually, and it's a beautiful day. Look at that sky, you guys. 79 degrees out, it looks like that. Are you kidding? What a gorgeous day to be at the park today. But a little bit quiet here on Buena Vista Street as we begin this show. And there goes, oh, the 5 and 9 we just missed. Bye, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining us. My name is David. I am your host, and this is our State of DCA report. This is something that we do twice monthly. We do one here. We do one of these every week here at DCA, and then the next week we'll do it at Disneyland. Then we'll come back here. Been doing these for years, and we're going to walk through the entire park. It's going to take about an hour or more. We're going to walk through the entire park. We're going to show you every land, every attraction, and talk about any news that might be happening as we approach the attraction, or just in general. If there's any general news happening around the Disneyland Resort, we're going to talk about that. Along the way, we'll do a little park science, help you guys figure out what's a good queue versus a bad queue, try a little food, and have a good time, and just really soak in what is DCA, or if we're at State of Disneyland, what's that Disneyland? But now, normally I would be taking a left at this hub right here. Normally I'd be taking a left and heading into Hollywoodland. But there's something happening here on this other side where we usually wrap our show. And that is at Soarin Around the World. This is the end of our day, and we'll still probably end here at some point, but I wanted to stop here first because if we're going to talk about what's new and newsworthy. Hi.
Can I do something?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually see you.
You
we
bet.
watch you every day.
Well, thank you. If we're going to be talking about what's new and newsworthy, I think we got to start with news that broke this morning. While I was getting ready to come to the park, news broke for Soarin Around the World to become Soarin Across America. Disney's going to be doing or starting a new show here, a new skin, a new skin for this, the third iteration for Soarin. We've had Soarin over California. We've had Soarin Around the World, and now we're going to get Soarin Across America, and that's something that's going to be starting on the 4th of July. It's going to be coming summer 2026. All new scenes for just across America, not just California and not around the world, but across America. There's a new, Patrick Warburton shot a new promo, and it was really fun, and it's like he didn't miss anything, and it's part of a celebration that's going to begin starting in November for Veterans Day and extending into or through the 4th of July weekend to celebrate the United States' 250th anniversary, our 250th birthday. That celebration is going to be across all of Disney's platforms, the news, ABC, ESPN, and obviously Disney Parks. And it's going to include Soarin'. And it's also going to include a new fireworks show. I think it's new. Maybe it's the same old show, but they're going to be doing it for 3 days. Just a big, huge celebration starting in November. And I wanted to mention that first because I am desperately looking for a reason to love this attraction. I'm not a fan of Soarin'. I don't like screen-based attractions. I don't like attractions where I just sit there and watch a movie play out in front of me. Not my favorite thing. But I feel like doing something, Soarin' Across America is a great way to get me invested and involved because I feel like that would be pretty great. I'm really hoping that they give this the full treatment and then we get a really fun America-based attraction. Thank you. And I'm really excited about that, just celebrating the 250th and sort of celebrating America in a way that maybe, we haven't done in the last 50 years since the bicentennial, right? So I'm looking forward to that, and I think it's a great idea, and I sure hope, again, like I said, that they really give it their 100% attention and give it the highest quality that they can, rather than some sort of like cheap, skin, throw a couple flags on things and call it America. I'm hoping that they can do something better than that. I would really love it if they could. So we did a video about this on our Fresh Bake Presents channel. You can check that out as well. And then if any new developments come up, you'll hear from us. But let's get back to work. Let's get back to Hollywood and check out what this park is looking like right now. Things were looking pretty chill on Buena Vista Street, and I'm seeing a little bit more action here on Hollywood Boulevard. This is about what we saw 2 weeks ago when it was pretty busy. Although it still hasn't reached OMG levels. It still hasn't reached, the kind of days where I'm like, I want to go home, I don't want to be here. But this is, pretty busy here. Just waiting patiently, I am, for something to happen here in Hollywood with respect to Avatar and all that. They've been talking, and we've just been waiting for years, and I want to see what I want to see what's happening here. I want to see what they've got in mind, but we got to wait a while. We've got to wait a while. While we wait, we will continue to be able to enjoy Mike and Sully to the rescue. What a sad, sad place this is, really. Oh my God! But what's sadder is the animation courtyard. Well, actually, they're no longer as sad as Hollywood Backlot is. Walls are up at the animation courtyard. That area is closed. This is in Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World because they're going to build something new, which means it's great. It means now they've achieved that thing that I like, potential. I'd rather see dirt back here in the Hollywood Backlot than any of these current attractions. I would rather see dirt because that means at least they're doing something and they're building something. This looks really quiet. Oh, it does. It's exactly quiet because it's closed. Chains are up. Nothing happened. That's interesting. Nothing happening here at Mott's. This is the first for this show, for State of DCA. First time we've ever come here with a closed attraction. Nothing happening back here. How are we going to make fun of this attraction if it's closed? That doesn't seem right. How are we going to make fun of the really lazy, sloppy, false facade that they built here for this? And the really boring, lazy switchbacks that they have back here? How am I supposed to be snarky when they don't? Oh man, you smell that? Oh my gosh, that's from the studio catering truck. Wow, incredible stuff. They still have the same holiday or Halloween menu here. Yes. I have not yet tried the cochinita pibil, whatever the heck that is. Yucatan inspired pulled pork. Nah, I'm over pulled pork. But I did try the Oogie Boogie burrito, and that was amazing. Listen, I shared one of those for when we were here for Oogie Boogie Bash. Best thing we've had during the Halloween season, no doubt about it. But so that's the backlot. Can't really talk much more about that, so I'll keep moving. Head into Avengers Campus, I guess, question mark. We haven't had to report on Mission Breakout for a while. They've been maintaining 3 elevators now for quite some time. Bravo was down for a while, but that came back, and I'm staring at it for a minute to see if anything happens. It's really quiet back here though, you guys. Doesn't it seem quiet? There goes Charlie. I'm kind of tripping out right now. No guests, or very few, right? It seems really, really, really quiet. I hope that's not a sign of things to come, because I've been really enjoying the slightly busier, hectic pace. I'm watching to see if Alpha or Bravo open up before we get there. right, nope. Let's go check out the posted wait time. Feels really quiet out here. I can see a queue back there. Oh my gosh! So that's I am not hearing things. I am not seeing things. Well, now I don't know if you can see that, but that's a 30-minute wait for Mission Breakout right now. 30 minutes. There's a little bit of wait here for Lightning Lane. Oh my goodness. Color me flabbergasted. Where are the guests? Is this, oh wait, you know what, I'm starting a little later today. It's 1:13, so I'm starting about an hour and a half later than I normally do, at least. And they do switch over at 3 p.m. to Monsters After Dark. And I've seen in the past where it creates a lull before that time, but then 2 weeks ago, we did not have that experience. 2 weeks ago, it was busy right up until the changeover at 3 o'clock. I don't know if you guys saw, there's like 100 people back there. I left before I could really show it, but that back area is all there. Back there is completely empty. This is the goest I have ever seen the Mission Breakout queue, period. I can't remember a more go situation than this. Wow. And those, like, they were ready. They were ready for a bunch of guests. What does it mean? I've got to lean right now. I've got to lean towards this being a changeover thing, this being people holding off and waiting for Monsters After Dark. I got to think it's something that we have definitely seen in the weeks, months leading up, since the start of the Halloween season. We'll see what the rest of Avengers Campus looks like, but that doesn't answer why it was so quiet back there as we were approaching, the Hyperion Theater. That doesn't make any sense. I want a beer. Beer acquired. Nothing like a ice cold beer on a hot day. Nothing more American than that. Cheers, Fresh Baked. That's the Karl Strauss Mexican lager here from Pym Tasting Lab. I'm getting more senses of quietness and chillness here in Avengers Campus. Maybe I'm having like some hearing loss or something, because it just sounds not active. It sounds sedate. There's not a big murmur coming from the crowd. I mean, I'm seeing people. I'm seeing guests in pockets. There's Ant-Man. What's going on over here? They're building Avengers Infinite event still. I joke, of course. They've been kicking ass on that attraction now for a couple of months. It's been really exciting. We just put out a new construction update today, and there's some, new steel becoming more visible. Why does that look different now? I got to go back and look at my old footage, because that right there, where the brag, I don't know if you can see it, where the brag crane is, it looks different. I gotta go back and check. Guess we'll just keep plowing right through this report. In the process, step into Pym's real quick. It is 1:23 as we enter. Okay, that's not bad. That's a decent crowd in here. All right, now we're talking. Should we go across the way? Yes, we should. We'll turn around. I was going to go out the other way, but I don't want to go through a bunch of guests eating their lunch. We're going to go right back around the other way. Step through Avengers Vault. Let's see how busy it is in the gift shop. I'm expecting not. Makes me want to ask that question that I ask so many times when I come through here. Are people over Marvel? I don't know. I don't think so, not yet. How can they be, right? It's great. It's great cinema. Marvel is, in the same way that Star Wars is, and that's timeless. In the same way that Mickey, Minnie, Snow White, Cinderella, Sleep Beauty, they're all timeless. I think we're good. You know what's not timeless though is Fast and Furious. Hi. I am, yeah. Sure, you bet.
Okay, I'm
sure.
so sorry. My mom and I are huge fans. She's in there freaking out. I just told her, I was like, I think I just saw him.
Well, you sure did.
Thank you so much. We love your channel.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good one. There's Star-Lord. Did he hear me? You don't know. Fast and Furious. They made 9 movies, and then they decided to make an attraction, a roller coaster. And now they're like, I don't know if we want to make the 10th movie or not. I think people are over Fast and Furious. Meanwhile, they still haven't opened up that. If they can build Fast and Furious roller coaster after the 9th movie, I think we're okay with our Marvel land with Marvel. All right, what's going on with web slingers? That'll be next. That was a 40-minute posted wait time, completely empty out here in the exterior bullpen. And I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, maybe they are. Okay, well, we'll go back there and see if they're in the blue bullpen. Quiet no matter what. Again, it's quiet. And whatever we find back here, it's slower than it should be. A smattering of guests, maybe half full, maybe 3 or 4 minutes worth of guests back here. That's not a 40-minute queue. That's probably 25 to the door, I'd say. Diverted, by the way, when I was coming in because there was a cast member out there creating a little magic for some guests. You just said, you guys want to ride right now? And they're like, yeah, sure. It was really cool to watch this happen live because you just felt like making magic for somebody. And they still do that. They call it making magic, magic moments. And we just saw one. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did. As for Lightning Lane, that's a pretty good sized group there for Lightning Lane. So we're seeing some Lightning Lane action today, more so than we have seen in months past. There we go, there's a little bit of crowd. This almost feels like the exit wake after a Spider-Man show. Did we just miss it? I've heard tell that they brought back the parkour. Black Widow. Haven't seen her free roaming for a little while. It is 1:30 and the next Spider-Man show is not for another 20 minutes. So we didn't miss one, but there's not one coming out. I want to try to be here. I want to see if the Spider-Man is doing his parkour again. But I don't want to wait here for 20 minutes. I can't do it. We're gonna go to Cars Land and maybe, you can kind of see it from there. Maybe, who knows? Let's go to Cars Land. Cheers. All right. If we see a 10-minute wait for Maters again, it's not busy, you guys. It really isn't. I know that looks like it is right here, but so far it hasn't been that busy at all. That does look like a lot of guests, I'm not gonna lie. It really does. Okay. Oh my. 30 minutes we saw for Mission Breakout. Not even, it was posted 40, but it was more like 25 at Web Slingers. And this, they're calling that 30 minutes though. It's not. That is not 30 minutes. More like 20, if that. This right here, that's stretched to about that point when it's full of guests. This is kind of spaced out. That's one rotation right there. Maybe 2 rotations back down that way, and maybe 2 more after that, maybe 4 rotations altogether. I want to say 4 minutes per rotation. Takes about 2.5 minutes for the ride, and another 1.5 minutes to get people on and off the vehicles before they start up again. So that's 16 minutes. Easy peasy. That's park science. That's easy to do for attractions like this, by the way. Easy to do for Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. Significantly more complicated when you're trying to do a Lightning Lane attraction. But even at that, even at a true 16 minutes, that's actually longer than Mater's usually is. So we are seeing, wow, this looks kind of busy right here. We are seeing a very crowded Cars Land here so far. Let's go check out Cozy Cones. I would have expected to see a bunch of people waiting right now actually at the ice cream cones and churros. It is 1:32 and 81 degrees. It's gone up 2 degrees since we started this report. Nobody waiting for churros except for those 2 guests, and a very small group of guests waiting for ice cream cones. But look at this. Wow. Wow. I think this might be the biggest queue I've ever seen since they reopened this new cashier system. I think that's the busiest I think I've ever seen this. Not the queues, not the popcorn or the cone queues. I've seen longer cone queues, but I've never seen a longer queue just to place the order. That's kind of incredible, actually. Wow. All right. I'm having trouble reconciling that just a little bit. So what does that mean? That means nobody's using mobile order. Again, people just refuse to use mobile order here, it seems like. Let's see, we'll go to Flo's. I mean, more of the same there, right? Dude, it's still Halloween. Halloween has been so over for me. Being a park enthusiast has ruined Halloween for me. Okay, that's a good sized queue at Flo's too. That's a good 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, I mean, they're using all of it here. I haven't seen a queue like this in here for a little while either. But does that resonate with anybody else? The idea that you know, pardon me, guys. Hi, guys. How are you? Hi. You know, celebrating Halloween at theme parks has sort of taken the shine off actual Halloween to the point where, because we start partnering, you know, for Halloween in you know, August. What was it? The 20th, I think, or the 18th? I don't know. I mean, it's been on for a month and a half now. We still got what, almost 2 weeks before Halloween starts, the actual Halloween day. I don't care about Halloween anymore. It's over for me. I mean, I might be excited for my daughter to go trick-or-treating, but that's about it. And as I was saying that, I was looking in the other direction, and I happened to notice a crowd gathering, and I was like, what in the world is that crowd for? And I'm actually still not sure. I think it's Lightning Lane. I think that's Lightning Lane for Radiator Springs. My God. I'm checking to see how much it costs right now. Yeah, that is Lightning Lane. Oh my goodness. My golly golly. Okay, Radiator Springs. Wow. No longer understand anything that Disney does. That's $10. Lightning Lane is $10 right now for Radiator Springs racers. They were selling Lightning Lane for rides for $40. And you know, they're doing this whole flex pricing, demand pricing, but how in the world can you were just completely screwing every standby guest. How do you say no to $10? How do you say no to $10? As just, not even like, you know, I'm a bougie guest or anything like that, just any guest. It's absolutely worth $10 to skip. It's 2 hours. 2 hours right now for standby. And I'll bet you we could walk a while before we find the back of it, because nobody's getting in this queue. You know, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna go anywhere, and they're gonna come back later, but the back of it, you know what, I gotta find out. I'll bet you it's at the garage. I'll bet you it's past the fountain. Which, you know, you would think a 2 hour queue would be out here, right? You would think this is where a 2 hour queue should go, it's back here. But not when they're selling that many Lightning Lanes. This is Lightning Lane, you guys, right here. That's Lightning Lane. That's insanity. How is that fair to standby guests? And the thing of it is that, yeah, these guys are bailing because they're like, no way, we're not going anywhere. You know, the unsuspecting guests will get in this queue and like, hey, this is great. We're walking all the way to the front. You're gonna get there and then you're not gonna move for 45 minutes. So I said past the fountain and boom, exactly. The garage is right there. So that's about where I figured it would be. incredible. Look at that lightning lane. Single riders also backed up. Hi guys. Wow. And now these lightning lane guests, they're gonna wait 20 minutes because Disney's selling it for $10. I don't understand what the plan is. What's the plan? What's the goal? What are you trying to achieve by selling a lightning lane for $10? It's not profit because you can make the same amount of profit by selling it for $20. You're gonna sell fewer, yes, but you're gonna make $10 per guest on the ones who do. And it actually is the opposite of the thing that I've been watching them do lately, charging more for premium experiences. That's a flat out discount. That's cheap, 10 bucks. And how do they charge $10 for Radiator Springs and then charge $40 for Rise? How? They've even got plaids doing crowd control out here. I wonder how long, I mean, if this will get, if I wait out here long enough, how much worse this could get. $10. Where's the back of the queue now? Yeah, that's about where we left it. That's about where we found it. We were coming out of flows. That's incredible, you guys. I could barely get my head around this, why they're doing that. I would rather see them do the $20 or $30, to be honest. Just like they, charge more for the people who are in. Charge more for the guest who doesn't care what the price is, and give us a break. Give the standby guests a break. Okay, I gotta keep myself straight here. Okay, Luigi's is next. 15-minute wait, which is a complete difference from what we saw on our last visit. The queue is out here, which was, packed. It is still busy though for Luigi's. Anything outside that threshold right there, I consider a busy day for Luigi's. I don't know if I'd call this 15. I think 15 is the door. When you go around the corner, you make that left, and there's that door right there. That's 15 minutes. What's up? How's it going? So this is a little bit, this might be 20. Sorry, I still can't get over that. It has now occupied my brain completely. I just don't understand. I give up. I give up trying to understand motivations and logic and what's the end goal, what's the true reason. 10 bucks. And on that topic, it is incredible to try to estimate just how popular Radiator Springs Racers is. It is the perfect attraction, a 4-corner attraction, the absolute holy grail of themed entertainment. It hits every conceivable market, men, women, children, adults. It's fun, it's safe, it's not a roller coaster, but it's still enjoyable, perfectly themed, absolutely kind of thrilling right there, and you come around the loop. Look at this environment that they set it in, an absolute masterpiece of an attraction. And so when you price that thing at $10 for single-use lightning lane, expect people to say yes. If you saw, for 2 hours, is 2 hours worth $10 to you? And this is coming from a guy who does not, I am anti-lightning lane, paid lightning lane. I am not that guy. I mean, people always say, I thought you hate it. Whenever I say something works, I can acknowledge that it's a value. I can acknowledge that it works and all that stuff without liking it. I think this attraction and every other attraction would be better off with a free fast pass. As in terms of the guest populace in general, not just the few who get it. I don't like that. I'm just such not an elitist in that sense, man. I want to be a man of the people, and I want everybody to have a good experience, not just the people with 10 bucks in their pocket. But 10 bucks is so cheap, my God. How can you say no? You know what I've been saying no to is food at San Francisco. I have not had a meal here. It's been a little while. I got tacos a little bit ago. I got the birria a little while ago also. But I don't eat here as much as I would like, considering how much I love it here. But I have had lunch already today. Let's go back to Smokejumpers Grill. So I've completed my checklist of everything that you can eat, I think. At Smokejumpers, I've eaten everything. The last thing I had to eat on camera was the spicy chicken sandwich. Let's go. Now, ostensibly, we are here at the Smokejumpers Grill in order to try the last remaining sandwich. I think I've had this before, but never filmed it. The last remaining sandwich on the menu here. Ostensibly, we're here for that. But the real reason, if we're being honest, is it's just I want another excuse to have their crinkle cut fries. They are the best fries in the park. Wow, that's really good. But indeed, that last remaining sandwich is the spicy chicken sandwich, hand-breasted chicken, spicy chipotle sauce, lettuce, and pickles served with crinkle cut fries, the aforementioned. There you go. It's an interesting, it's not quite as crispy looking as you might expect, let's say, a typical crispy chicken sandwich, like at, Popeyes or even like a KFC or something like that. It looks a little lightly breaded, I guess is what I'm saying. Cheers, Fresh Baked. I can confirm that the chicken is spicy, and so too is the chipotle cream sauce. Tasty sandwich. That first bite was really good. Decent crunch on that chicken sandwich patty. So, I mean, even though it doesn't look quite as breaded as you might normally expect, it still has a lot of texture to it. Now that chipotle cream sauce, which you can kind of see dangling there off of that piece of lettuce, which I will also add, I do appreciate shredded lettuce in this case as opposed to leaf lettuce. Leaf lettuce just tends to fall right off. But shredded lettuce, for whatever reason, I prefer that on a burger or any kind of sandwich. That's why I love the Big Mac the most at Disneyland, at McDonald's, and why I love the double cheeseburger at Del Taco. They use the shredded lettuce there as well. I like it here on this sandwich. But that cream sauce, the chipotle sauce, it tastes good. But I almost kind of wish that we didn't have that. I almost kind of would prefer maybe something closer to a ranch dressing or something like that. Let's try one more bite. As for the chicken patty itself, a nice clean piece of meat there, clean piece of chicken. I haven't had any sort of issues with, those chewy parts, you know what I'm talking about? I haven't had anything like that. As I mentioned, there's a decent amount of crunch, a decent amount of texture on that breading, and the chicken itself is hot, which is, you would think that would be like the first step, but there are times when we get a not hot sandwich. This is hot, and I don't just mean the temperature of the spice, which is okay, but the chicken itself, it feels freshly out of the fryer. Bun is in good shape as well. But as for the heat of the spice, it's spicy, but nothing that's going to make your mouth go on fire. It's not like a 5-alarm type deal. It's a basic level of spiciness. Ooh, there's a pickle. Yeah, look at the size of that thing. It's not a typical pickle. This is more like the kind of pickles you see on spicy chicken sandwiches. And there's a bunch more in there. Wow. I'm seeing a couple in there. That pickle was probably best served by itself, a la carte, but as part of this bite on this chicken sandwich is pretty darn good as well. Oh my God. But of course, the real star is crinkle cut fries, a little bit of ketchup. Oh, crunchy. You guys hear that? You might be able to hear that. If they could just make more fries crunchy, I'd be very happy. Awesome, awesome. All in all, I am very happy with my spicy chicken sandwich from Smokejumpers Grill. Portion size is good for the price. It's like $14, and I'm gonna finish this, which is nice. It's exactly what you want. It's exactly what you hope for out of a spicy chicken sandwich. Delicious, reasonably priced, comes with an awesome basket of fries. 5 out of 5. I got no complaints. This is awesome. Cheers, Fresh Baked. And we're back, and look at this queue they've got here. This is just like what we saw 2 weeks ago, where you could barely walk through here because they've blown up the standby queue out here into the walkway. You're looking at an hour for this. It's got to be an hour, right? I kind of got half a mind to do a little recon on this queue right here, see how long it actually takes, see how accurate it is, because I measured this. I timed how long it takes for each person, each group, to get their order placed. And it was like 2 minutes. I did this a long time ago, and I've been using it as a basis ever since. But I've never really double vetted that, so I could probably do some more. But anyway, that's why I figured maybe an hour. But before we do that, actually, we're gonna kill some time. It's 1:50. We got to get back. I just remembered we want to go back and see what that Spider-Man show, see if Spider-Man is doing the full parkour yet. So we'll go check out that show and then come back and see how the queue looks.
This is way more fun than climbing stairs. Don't forget to tag me on your video. Hashtag Amazing Spider-Man. Hey everyone, looking good down there. Wow, this is a friendly neighborhood. Welcome to Avengers Campus. Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, me? Well, you know, just spider stuff. Okay, time to run some tests.
Spider-Man,
Oh, hey, Sharon.
shall we conduct an altitude test?
Yeah, I guess I should do some work.
Always good to have the data.
On my way. Just need to find a clear path and something to swing from. Oh yeah, it's go time. Field testing, here I come. Clear the runway. Spider-Man is cleared for takeoff. Wow! It's my turn. I'm okay. The roof broke my fall. Has some bones, maybe. Okay, that stung a bit. Whew. Sharon, did you get that?
I got the data.
Kinda killed my vibe there. Hey, wait up! I'm just gonna jump down and meet you. Woo! Here we go. I'll be right down.
Well, I gotta say, that's pretty cool. They actually brought back the parkour and the web crawling up and down. We got both up and down. Whoever that was, I don't know, hello? If I'm gonna give them grief for taking it away like I did, I've gotta give them credit for bringing it back. Well done, Disney, well done for bringing that back, because I feel like you can't just do that. I had predicted that they would do something like that, and they did, and I thought I had a victory. But now they get to take that victory back, and they did it. They brought him back. And now it's not the whole show. We didn't get the one. They used to start the show at the other side over there by Web Slingers, and he'd be talking to Tony Stark, which is fine. I mean, you know, that wasn't like an instrumental part of it, but it used to be a 3-stage show. But they've actually changed it where he didn't used to crawl down from that same spot he crawls up. He used to just start the show on the other side, do his parkour, do the launch, then crawl down. So they brought the crawl down back, and they brought in a crawl up, which was fun, and the parkour is back. So well done, Disney. Happy to see that. Now it's only been 10 minutes. It's only been 10 minutes, so I don't think that queue has gotten very far. I was calling an hour. Let's see. Well, two things I've noticed since I'm here at Cocina. One is the queue has gotten longer. It's been 12 minutes, and the queue has gotten bigger. Let me see if I can find. Oh, there we go. Okay, the back of the queue that we left is there at that post right there. So they've actually gone about halfway. That's about halfway, I would think. So given another 10 minutes, they might be at a cash register, which that's not as bad as I thought it would be. So figure 22 minutes to get your order placed, and then you've got to wait in this queue here to pick up your order. That's another 5 or 7 minutes probably. So you're looking at 30 minutes all in. Meanwhile, you know, we didn't do this before. Let's check the return time for mobile order. I'm going to do my best doing this one-handed on the fly. Cocina. 12 to 27 minutes. You're absolutely winning. I'm sorry. I know I can't shut up about this. I know it sounds like a freaking broken record, but you can't deny it. 12 minutes to get your food. And you could go watch the Spider-Man show while you do that. Or you can just wait in that standby and doom scroll Twitter. I vote more Disney, less social media. I also vote for this bridge. Magnificent. It's time to cross this bridge and head over to Paradise Bay. Take a look at the tip board. All right, guys. Let's see how things look. Golden Zephyr, 5 minutes. I'm expecting, we've seen mostly discounts today. Well, maybe 50-50. But that Goofy Sky School at 55 minutes sure isn't a discount. It's been closed, by the way. So that could have something to do with that. People are excited. People know, people pay attention, and they get eager to write things after they reopen. Goofy Sky School is at 55, that's high. Meanwhile, at 81 degrees out, Grizzly River Run is still just 35 minutes with a return time in just 27 minutes. That's interesting. Okay, so there's Guardians, it's closed, it's done. What we saw, that 30-minute queue could have been that situation. I wonder. No, because they let me in. I thought for a minute it might have been the case where they closed the queue, but they let me in. So no, it wasn't closed when I got there. Oh, well, there you go. Monsters After Dark is now open. I thought it was 3 o'clock, but apparently it was 2 o'clock. That would lend more credibility to my theory of why it was 30 minutes. Incredicoaster 35 for a busy day, that's not bad. Return time in just 36 minutes. Emotional Whirlwind 25. What does a 25-minute queue look like in Emotional Whirlwind? Well, hopefully we'll get to find out. Jessie's and Jumping Jellyfish are walk-ons. Little Mermaid 40. Come on. I mean, that queue does look full back there. 40 minutes though? My goodness. Luigi's 25. Yeah, that's about where we left it. Mater's 25, that's about where we left it. Oh, so Mike and Sully's open and back to its usual 45 minutes with a 2-hour return time. Pixar Pal Around is 20 minutes. Looks pretty standard from here. Radiator Springs Racers is still at 120 and still selling for 10. If it's Pulse, if it's demand pricing, shouldn't that be higher? Because there's a heck of a lot of demand right now. There is a lot of demand right now for Radiator Springs Racers, judging by that queue. Why haven't they adjusted the price? A return time in 2 hours. When have you ever seen a return time in 2 hours for Radiator Springs Racers? The answer is never. Redwood Creek is open again. Oh no, they haven't closed it yet. Silly Symphonies is at 10, Soarin is 45. That actually is pretty light. And then Toy Story's closed. It does look closed from here too. My goodness, okay, that's too bad. And then Web Slingers 40. And there you go, take care. What does a 25-minute wait for Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind look like anyway? As usual, I don't think we're gonna find out. I think by the time we get there, it'll be too late. Because I don't know who's getting in that 25-minute queue, but I would be really curious to see where that is. And a 40-minute queue, that matter, for Little Mermaid, though I know where it is. It's gonna be under the sea. And sometimes maybe over by that door in that extended space. We're gonna have to wait to find out. We're gonna have to go by way of Pixar Pier. Check out some of these other pier-side attractions. First.
Hold on! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
What fun. Well, that's a good start. Hardly any waiting at all out here on the pier for a single rider. Maybe 8 guests there. I mean, there's more on the ramp. Well, usually they don't push them into the ramp. Usually they wait until they get down there. So that could answer why, if you put those guests out here, the back of the queue is now at this point. But still, that I've seen worse for single rider on a busy day, for sure. Incredicoaster is starting to look like a 35-minute queue as we approach. This is looking pretty sticky right here. That's full. And they're down here into the bonus section. They're actually, oh yeah, they are coming up the pier as well. They're starting to send them in this direction. It's getting longer and longer. Now, 2 weeks ago, we saw an incredible lightning lane queue out here. It was all mixed in with these guests. This looks actually pretty quiet out here. This looks pretty tame out here on the pier. There's no interference with lightning lane. They're calling it 45 now. Yeah, but lightning lane still, it's not so bad. There's no backup here at all for lightning lane. Complete opposite of what we saw 2 weeks ago. And I'm gonna go take a peek real quick over here. And we're seeing half this queue being used for lightning lane, so they've got a long way to go before they get out there. But still, that's a fairly decent showing. We'll check back in on that. Oh my God, you guys smell those cookies? Oh no. Oh my gosh. Some nom nom cookies.
Which, I'd rather be secret.
You see them? Wow. Those smell so good. What's I even talking about now? Oh, stand by. Let's go check. Has the queue grown at all in the last few minutes?
Right now.
It hasn't moved. Yes, it has grown. Incrementally so, but they've got a cast member on the ready to make that thing U-turn when needed. When we arrived, it was right about there. It moved up the ramp a little bit, now it's gone back down again. So they haven't yet had to, well, she did, because this rope right here, this was gone this way so people could just kind of turn right there, but she's filled it out. She's completed the segment, so they're actually, well, they should be forcing guests to walk all the way up, make a U-turn, and walk back down again. Hi guys, how are you? Hi. Thank you guys, thank you. But guests are not doing that. They're just ducking under the rope. Well, some of them are. All right. Well, actually, now it's gone. Great job. Wow. Now it's gone. Okay. See how quickly that can change? Another attraction. Next that we're not going to be able to measure. Toy Story is definitely closed. Closed and no guests. There's not even a Mr. Potato Head out to entertain guests. People are loitering though, which suggests that there's, they think that it's going to reopen. But no queue to analyze here, so we'll just keep moving, I guess. The pier otherwise is kind of typical, kind of average, kind of, not busy or not slow, just like we were talking about at the outset when we were saying it's a tier 3 day, not busy, not slow. Pixar Pal Around is next, if I can, as soon as I say that, there's a huge bottleneck here at the pier. They're saying that the swinging gondola is a 20-minute wait. That is incorrect. That is more than 20 minutes. When it gets up the ramp like this, you're looking at closer to 30. They're calling this 30, which that I would agree with. When it comes around the corner, that's easily 30 minutes right there, and anything beyond that is more than 30. This is going to be a grind of a wait for these guests waiting for Pixar Pal Around. Will I get to find out what a 25-minute queue looks like for Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind? Nope. As predicted. By the time I got here, it didn't come down. It says 15, and that's the back of the queue there. That's maybe 2 rotations, maybe 3 at the outset, or at the most. So 3, you're looking at maybe 10 or 12 minutes there probably. I don't know what the posted wait time is yet for Silly Symphony swings, but it's packed up there. Obviously, it's down the stairs, and now it's creeping out inside the threshold. So that could be a 15-minute wait right there. It's posted 10, which means about 3 rotations. Oh, he's just bumping it. No, he's not. I thought he was going to bump it. He didn't like that 10 minutes. Still waiting, by the way, for anything to happen on the other side of that wall there for the Cocoa expansion. Stay tuned to Fresh Baked on this channel for our construction updates to see what's happening, which so far is nothing. We're going to pop in here real quick. Oh, not this one. I just want to see how dead it is in here, as it usually is. Little hidden gem here, Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta secret. Hi guys, thank you. Hi. Not enough guests come here, but hey, look at that, we got a queue. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 people in the queue to get some pasta. Incredible. I can't remember when I've seen that last. But the usual couple of folks to get some pizza. What are they selling these days? The Halloween pizza, spicy pasta with andouille sauce. That actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty appetizing. There's your cheese pizza. And then no waiting at all for salads. Not surprised. Although those are quite good. Also, I'm a big fan of all those salads, except they put a little too much dressing on the Caesar. But even the wedge salad's pretty good. But yeah, this is quite a discount in here, guys. Come to Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta if you want to get a quick lunch. If you don't want to wait in a huge line, this is where you go. All right. What a delight it is, though, to eat here if you can find a table. It's often the case that you cannot find a table, especially in this zone. This is as competitive as San Francisco is. Look at that, there is one table right there by the tree. Pretty good view of the stage too if they were to start a show here, a mariachi show, but right there you got one table. That's great. That's pretty great. I almost can't believe it's there. Look how busy it is here though at Paradise Garden. Look how busy. Hey, you guys want to go do some fun? Let's go see if we find anything falling onto the net at Goofy Sky School. Let's see. Definitely screaming guests. Nope, just leaves. I don't see anything. They installed this net because people would come flying around these corners and lose whatever it is that was in their hands. Because people can't be trusted. Makes me think, as I mentioned in our construction update last week, it won't be, there's a future before I'm done where you're not going to be able to film a ride anymore. You're not going to be able to hold your phone or your camera while you ride. You're going to have everything put away. Looks like they're getting ready to do, oh, they are doing a show. It's already happening. The Storytellers in Plaza de la Familia. I thought they did that show from backstage that direction, but I guess not. This is standby for Goofy Sky School. No, that's Lightning Lane. 55 minutes still. How is this 55 minutes? There's no way. It's not even half that. What are they doing calling that 55 minutes? I mean, it's not moving briskly by any stretch. I see people leaning and standing, but there's no lightning lane to speak of. I see like 4 or 5 lightning lane guests up there on the inner ramp. A couple more coming up now that we saw getting their tickets checked. But this, what, 1.5 ramps here? Pre-mix? That ain't 55 minutes, that's a bunch of malarkey. 55 should be out here in the garden, and most of it. What are they doing? No way. That is maybe 25 minutes. All right, well, we'll keep this party going.
We will not give pathway.
Golden Zephyrs is next. Looking like a pretty decent walk-on right there. They're not even, oh yes, they are below the ramp. There they go. That's 10 minutes. I had expected to find the queue for Little Mermaid if it was a 40-minute queue to be down there under the sea, and it is. Let's get a closer look. Under the sea is this section right here. This is all meant to be, you know, the kind of stuff you'd see deep in the ocean. So they're all floating at the bottom of the ocean right now, like good little fish. It actually looks pretty loose though. There's a big gap there on that section there, big gaps here. See that? Huge gap. That's not 40 minutes either. They are in the sea, but they're not using that section right there. Fascinating. Look how loose that queue is there too. That's 20 minutes. Maybe 25 tops, but 20 most likely. They'll be in that door in 15. I would say they probably have already dropped it down from 40 to whatever, it actually is, more like 20, 25. But then we just saw Goofy Sky Skull still stuck at 55, which is where we left it on the tip board like an hour ago, or however long that was. So they're not exactly keeping up with things right now, question mark. Let's see, I'm walking by, we're seeing, we're looking. The board says, it went up. The board says 45 minutes now. Ah! What are they doing? Look, it's quiet again. Feels quiet. And again, I don't mean actual crowd density, I mean the decibels. What's up, what's up? The tone of the crowd is down. I don't hear the pitch that I normally hear.
It's like bubble tea.
Unless I'm having issues with my ears, which is, it's possible. I'm nearly deaf in my left ear, but I've been that way for a long time, so everything is adjusted. My equilibrium is set. This is different. Huh. You see that? There's a lot of people here, but it's just quiet and chill and relaxed sounding. There's a lot of people here. I just had to, kind of maneuver my way through that crowd a little bit. We're at Redwood Creek. This will be closing soon to get its holiday overlay for the Christmas. I cannot believe it's almost here, less than a month. We have 10 days left. The Halloween season, everything. We go themeless for 2 weeks, and then the holiday season, the Christmas season starts on November 14th. I'm already tired thinking about it. I had to shoot 3 shows last year as we take a look at this wonderful little waterfall. I shot 3 shows on the first day of the holiday season last year. I shot the Tiana's, they opened Tiana's Bayou Adventure to the public on that same day. Then it was first day of, I keep saying Halloween, holiday, and a construction report. I shot 3 videos that day. I was very, very tired and done. It was difficult keeping track of all that too. I'll have to do just 2 shows this time. It is still on a Friday, so I will still have to shoot construction and the Christmas day. Planning on doing a challenge. We're coming up with this challenge calendar for next year on freshbakepresents.com. I think details are going to come out tomorrow and maybe on the next live stream. But we're doing a calendar, and I'm going to have a challenge for every month that you guys will get to follow along with. And the challenge, will I do that this year or not? I'm not sure if I'll be. Okay, so the holiday challenge is doing everything holiday related. Doing that at speed run. So seeing the tree lighting, castle lighting, doing the overlays, getting a treat, I assume. What else is there? I don't know, but a speed run to see how fast you can do all that stuff. And that's just one of the 12 challenges, 1 challenge for every month. Stay tuned for that. Feels a little busier here in Redwood Creek than we saw in the past. Lots of guests running about, enjoying themselves. I hear birds. Are they doing bird sounds? Is that what those guys are doing? I think they are. On our way out, we'll do our bi-weekly or twice monthly update on my retirement plans. So I don't know why. I always wind up talking about it when I get here because I love nature and I want to retire in nature like this. But right now, the leader in the clubhouse, we've at least settled on that. I haven't actually done anything about it yet, but I'm leaning towards getting a mid-century modern condo or home in the Palm Springs area on a golf course. I want to live like Dean Martin lived. I'm not exactly a Dean Martin fan. I mean, I do appreciate the 60s very much in terms of the aesthetic, but I just love the design and style of those homes, and I want that house. I've seen a picture of it, and it's amazing, but it's hard to find one on a golf course, which is also a prerequisite. I'm looking for a unicorn of a house, sort of. It may or may not exist, but I want a certain kind of house and a certain kind of situation, but that's where we're at. I want to live in the desert, play golf, And then there may be room for a third home in you know, like in Big Bear or Arrowhead or something like that. This is blue sky, by the way, because I am absolutely, positively nowhere near those goals. But it's why I work as hard as I do, because I want to make those possible. I want to make that happen before it's too late, before I'm too tired and too broken and too old to enjoy myself. I gotta do it now. I'm already too tired and old. Which brings us to Grizzly River Run, which had a remarkably low 35-minute standby wait time. When we checked the board a little while ago, it's still plenty hot enough. Right now, let's see, as we speak, it is 82 degrees. It's gone up another degree. So I would be shocked if we saw another 35-minute wait. Absolutely shocked I would be. And there we go. That says 65. And this is all lightning lane actually right here, guys. So that's what you're up against. What's up? You're up against a pretty healthy lightning lane queue. There's your post at 65. Let's go see if they finally filled up the queue into those ropes on the bridge. They've always got those ropes out, but they never use them. They're always expecting more people. Look at that, they've done it. So not only is it not 35, but this is also, what's up guys? The longest queue that we've seen in months at Grizzly River Run in a very long time. I have not seen anybody in these ropes in a very long time. Wow. Wow, it's going back here still. It used to be like, did you get to the office? Maybe, maybe not. Office is already assumed. Thank goodness. They have filled both sides at this point back here. That's incredible. That is a 65. It's got to be, right? Although I wouldn't know for sure. I don't have any recon on this. But I got to think, because you got all that down there, this section right here, all of that around the corner on the other side of the office, then these switchbacks right here. I mean, plus a fairly healthy lightning lane queue out there to compete with. And yeah, there's no way, I can't imagine that being under 65. And that makes me happy because this attraction, perhaps more than any other attraction in the entire park, deserves it. This attraction deserves it more than any other attraction because it is just simply the most beautiful damn place thing. They've just built a magnificent attraction here. It needs all the flowers. Whatever flowers you got, give them to Grizzly River Run. Oh, surprise. I almost did Dokes from Dexter just now. Oh, surprise. Wow, it kept going, That was great. I thought it was going to stop, but it didn't. They got most everybody on that one. Grizzly River Run in this path is a literal spectator sport. People just accumulate here and watch things happen. It's magnificent. Last stop is Soarin over California for now. God, I hope they keep that. I hope that they keep the Soarin Across America theme for at least a while. Don't make this a temporary thing, because it's going to be significantly better, I believe, than both Around the World and over California. I think it's going to be a considerable improvement, and I hope that they keep it for a while. I'm really excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to celebrating America and celebrating all the beautiful natural wonder that exists here in this great country. And I can't wait. I want it to happen so bad and so fast. As for Soarin Around the World, it's posted at 55, looks about right. The queue is going back around the corner, I think, perhaps to the side of the building there. And then look at that, look at that lightning lane queue. Wow. Oh my gosh, I love Disneyland. That was so cool. Yeah, very healthy queue. We haven't seen a queue like this in about a year and a half, I want to say, almost 2. We saw this in like February of 23, I think it was. We saw queues out here, lightning lane queues going outside towards Smokejumpers. There's a very healthy group of guests here. It is happening today. And that makes me think that 55 is probably worse than it really is, because if they're competing with all of that, if you see this as a standby guest, just leave. I wouldn't even bother. I would just wait. You know, it can't get much worse than that, is usually the logic that I apply. You're hoping for better, and maybe it doesn't get better, but I don't think it's going to get worse. If you wait, it's not going to get worse than that, but it could get better. Go find Monsters, Inc. or something. There you go, guys, we've done it. Back at Carthay Circle, back at a very busy area. Again, this looks busier than we left it earlier today at about 12:30. Hope you guys enjoyed our report today. I enjoyed bringing it to you. What great news, like I said, with the Soarin Across America stuff that's going to be happening here in this coming summer in 26. Really looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to hear from you in the comments, though. Tell me what you think. And then be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Respect.